Hi Royal Family, Prince Phoenix here and welcome to my channel. Okay, so today marks 3 weeks since my surgery date. So you probably want to know what I've been eating, what I've been up to, and more importantly, how much weight I've lost. So I'll start with that first because that's probably what you want to see in here. So I've actually lost 11 kilos, which I'm really ecstatic about. Lots of doubt and lots of, I don't know if this is right for me, am I going to do it moments, and that's perfectly normal. You're all going to experience that. But I got there. My goal was to get 10 kilos by today, so I was really excited just to get that extra one. Okay, so quick summary. So as you know, the coronavirus epidemic has taken over the world, so I won't really touch on that too much, but it does affect what actually happened to me after my surgery. So the day after I was released from hospital, I went to the Grand Palace in Bangkok with my partner Anthony. Amazing place. If you're ever in Bangkok, highly recommend it. Fortunately for me, as always in Bangkok, it was quite hot, so I didn't last very long in the heat. In fact, I kind of only lasted about an hour and a half. So we've done a few activities since then, gone to the mall in BK, which is amazing, gone to the shopping centres and the markets like Asiatique. Highly recommend that too if you're ever in Bangkok. Absolutely stunning place. We had to cut our trip a little bit short, so we were intending to go to Singapore after Bangkok and spend a few days there before coming home to Australia. Unfortunately for us, when we went to check in via Singapore Airlines in Bangkok, they told us that if we were to go to Singapore, we would be stuck in a hotel in isolation for 14 days, and then coming home to Australia, we'd have to do another isolation piece of 14 days. So they were kind enough to change our flights, so we actually flew out that night and we came back to Brisbane and came home to the Gold Coast. So that was Thursday last week. It's now Friday. So this is day 8 now of being in isolation. So it was nice to kind of come back home. I didn't really want to because I do love holidaying and traveling, but unfortunately I needed to. My body was kind of telling me I needed to rest. I don't know if anyone else experiences this, but every day since I've had surgery, I feel extremely tired and I feel like I have to have a nap or a lie down at least during the day at some point. It is getting easier and getting a lot better, but I think it was my body's way of just saying, you need to chill. Coming home, I was faced with a few obstacles. I didn't realize how much I actually snacked at home due to boredom, but I found that I actually did snack a lot. Or I wanted to snack a lot, I should say. So to cure those kind of cravings for snacking, I kind of just looked for alternatives to eat. I found for myself personally, I just kind of wanted to choose something. So I ended up going and, just putting a little bit of corn in a bowl. I don't know if you can see that. And I would just like kind of chew it every few hours. And I found that that was actually really good for me and really beneficial. I would also chew on little bits of carrots or cucumber slices. Pickles I find are really good as well, just to kind of get that craving out. It takes me ages to eat a little pickle, but you just chew it over some time. Just don't forget to chew, as you probably know already. Next was the problem of not getting exercise in. So I'm going to be honest in saying I haven't really done a lot of this, but what I've been aiming to do is to kind of do a bit of walking around the yard, getting some exercise in just by doing laps. So because I'm in isolation, I'm kind of restricted as to what I can do. So I'm lucky I do have a backyard. Not everyone's got a backyard, people live in apartments and stuff. So what I did was I just would walk laps and laps and laps. So it is day 3 of home isolation after coming back from overseas. And I was getting a bit bored. So to combat that, I've decided just to walk around my backyard. I've got a fairly decent sized yard and need to do a lot of maintenance, if I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while. But I'm walking around, just doing laps. So my goal is to kind of do this half an hour in the morning and the afternoon. So I've just started today because I need to get some exercise in as it's been so long. When you're in Thailand, you at least walk around a lot to get anywhere, so it helps doing that. But the last 2 days I've just been sitting down and sleeping a lot, which I probably needed, but I've also got to get my exercise in. So I thought I'd do it this way. So that's one lap. I've set my timer for half an hour and see how many laps I do. But yeah, so just because you know you're home isolated doesn't mean you can't do anything. If you're in an apartment, maybe just do laps of your apartment, as crazy as it is. I mean, when I was in hospital, I was doing laps of my own room. So yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get bored of this, but it's all good. But also, I have a pool, so I could do a bit of swimming. I've done a little bit of it, not that much, because I am a little bit nervous because of my incisions. They're healing quite well though, but I'm still putting waterproof bandages over them. Even though you don't need to at this point, I'm a little bit paranoid like that, so you know, I try to make sure I do. That's really all I've really been doing. That and online shopping. I've become really addicted to online shopping, so I've got to actually stop that now. But there's lots that you can actually do in your home. So if you have an apartment, you know, I would suggest, you know, maybe doing some laps back and forth, no matter how big or small your apartment is, just to kind of get you in the mood. Put some music on, just get in the zone and just walk. If you don't have that, then online tutorials like to do exercise, so, you know, aerobics or, you know, yoga, whatever your body can handle is what I would suggest doing. There isn't any excuse, you know. Personally for me, I found that I was making excuses all the time. So, you know, that was something that I decided, you know, I can't do anymore. So I try to walk if I can. I'm looking forward to next Thursday when I can actually leave the house a little bit. I will still be self-isolated, but I am gonna, you know, walk around the park or walk up and down the street at the very least with my dog, because he deserves to get out a little bit more too. Unfortunately, he is restricted as well. But you know, there's no excuse. So try to get out there, try to be active, try to do the best that you can. No one's perfect. You're gonna have days when you just don't feel like it, and that's absolutely okay. Your body's still healing. So yeah, so I've lost 11 kilos. I don't really see it myself in the mirror. A lot of people tell me that I've kind of lost it in the face. So if you can notice that, leave me a comment and let me know. If you have any questions or anything that you want to know more about, leave a comment, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer it for you. So really that's the only summary I can give you at this point, because not much has really happened in the last few weeks apart from coming home. I do want to give a big shout out to Emily Dodd, who I got to meet whilst I was over in Bangkok. Bumped into her, and she was one of the main inspirations that kind of inspired me to kind of go on this journey. So a big shout out to her. Also, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Zarin as well, because Zarin has really been supportive. She's one of my closest friends and was the one who went to Destination Beauty in October. She actually accompanied me and surprised me. Hello. Spend those days with me when I was in hospital. So a big shout out to you, Zarin, and thank you so much. I love you. But yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, subscribe, as you know. Hit the notification bell if you want to. And yeah, keep being you. Bye.